Hello everyone. So in this video I am going to show you how to do a material substitution using glazy.org. So sometimes you're going to run into a recipe with an ingredient that you don't have or you might not be able to access depending on where you live. So the great thing about glaze chemistry is that the glaze doesn't really care which material it's getting each of its components from. So for example, nephsi contains some silica, EPK also contains some silica, and then silica, of course, is pure silica. So all of these materials contain silica, and all of that silica just kind of gets lumped into one large amount of silica. So in this recipe, we've got 2.37 moles of silica by UMF. And so if we scroll down here, here's our glaze recipe. And you can see all of the materials that contain silica, and it all just gets added together to create one lump sum of silica. So that means that we can kind of mix and match our materials, and we can create a new recipe that has the same chemistry as the old recipe, but using different materials. So this is the recipe that I made in the Introduction to Glazy.org video. I have adjusted the percentages so that they're just whole numbers instead of decimal points, just to make it look nicer and easier to kind of look at. So what I'm going to do is, this recipe contains whiting as a source of calcium. So whiting is calcium carbonate, and so if we came into a situation where we wanted to make this recipe but we didn't have whiting, but say we had wollastonite instead. Wollastonite is calcium silicate, so wollastonite supplies the glaze with both calcium and silica, whereas whiting just supplies the glaze with calcium carbonate. Becomes carbon dioxide gas, and it is given off during the firing. So what we need to do if we want to do a material substitution is we go into our glaze recipe and we hit this calculator button, and that's going to bring our recipe and the UMF onto this screen. We've got the stall chart on the left. I'm going to just switch from extended UMF to regular UMF. So if you aren't familiar with how the extended UMF works, it's probably best just to keep it as regular UMF, so that it shows the unity molecular formula of the base ingredients of this recipe. So I removed the colorants from the adding colorants video as well. So we just have this base recipe here for simplicity's sake. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit copy. And so when you hit copy, it copies the first glaze and puts them side by side so you can make adjustments and compare the chemistry while doing so. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to replace the whiting with wollastonite. So we don't have whiting, but we have wollastonite, so we want to make a substitution. So the first recipe has 17% whiting. If I switch it to 17% wollastonite, we want to look up at the UMF. So in the original recipe, we had 0.66 moles of calcium, and we also have 2.37 moles of silica. And because we're replacing whiting with wollastonite, which I know that wollastonite contains both calcium and silica, those are the oxides that I'm going to look at. So you can see originally we had 0.66 moles of calcium. Now with the wollastonite, we have only 0.64 moles of calcium. And then looking at the silica, we had 2.37 moles of silica, and now we have 3.02 moles of silica. And the alumina has also gone up. The boron has changed. So a few things have changed. So this is no longer the same recipe. And that's because we're essentially replacing pure calcium with calcium and silica. So that's going to change all of the proportions of all of the other materials as well. So what we want to do is we want to make this UMF match this UMF over here so that this recipe has the equivalent chemistry to this recipe. So I'm going to start by trying to get the calcium to be the same number. So I go to wollastonite, which is my source of calcium. I'm just going to hit this little plus arrow, and I'm going to watch this number as it goes up. So I'm not really paying attention to anything else at this point. So I go plus, plus, plus until we now have 0.66 moles of calcium over here and 0.66 moles of calcium over there. So that's good. So we've now got the calcium to be equal in both recipes. So now we want to look at what else has changed. So the sodium is the same, the potassium is the same, calcium is the same, magnesium is the same. These are all the fluxes on this side. And then we have the alumina, which is slightly different. And then we also have the silica, which is a little bit different as well. So I'm going to start with the alumina, try to get the alumina to match. So EPK is our main source of alumina. So we want to bring it up, so I'm going to hit the plus button. So now we've jumped from 0.44 to 0.46, and we want 0.45. So we went up a little too far. So I'm just going to go 13.5. And now we've got our alumina the same. And we always, every time we change something, we always want to check back and make sure that nothing else has gone up or down. So the fluxes are all the same. Now the alumina and the boron are the same. And the last thing that we need to adjust is the silica. So we want to get the silica to 2.37. So I go down here to the silica ingredient, and I can just hit this minus button, and I'm watching this number as it comes down. So I'm going to keep going down, down, down until we get to 2.38 silica. So that's pretty close. I think 0.01 difference is quite insignificant, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. So now all of the chemistry of both of these recipes are equivalent. So we have successfully replaced whiting with wollastonite and made the proper adjustments to create an equivalent glaze recipe. So now you can see that the recipe now adds up to 93.5 instead of 100. So I'm just going to hit this 100% button, and then that normalizes so that all of these materials now add up to 100. And then I would probably update the title to say test glaze wollastonite, just so I know what the difference is, and then I can hit save. And so now I have the original test glaze using whiting and the test glaze using wollastonite, and these are both going to give the same fired result. So that is how you do a material substitution using glazy.org. I hope you found it helpful, and if you have any questions or comments, please write them in the comments section and I'd be happy to answer them. Also, if you have any suggestions for videos that I could make to help you use glazy.org, please let me know. Okay, thank you for watching.